Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Kodash. I want to give double honors to my pastor and elders, Ray Millstone, who teach very well. Well, I learned this truth from, and salutation out there to the hopeful elect who continue to push this word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, shalom to all the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And today, man, just basically getting on the Doomsday Clock. Because for the lack of better words, the times that we're coming in is the times of the transferring of kingdoms. In this current kingdom that we're living in right now, it's on a ticking time clock, man. It's not like the rulership or the kingdom that we're currently living in is going to last forever. No, it's a day when this place was arose, and it's going to be a day when this place is going to die. Just like, you going, Jake, you're going to the obituary sunrise and the sunset. Very soon the suns will set upon America, man. And that's a beautiful thing that we're looking towards to, man. Matter of fact, let's just start right here in the book of Job. This is the book of Job 20. And I'm going to jump down to verse 5. It says, the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Right there, it says the triumphing of the wicked is short. So the rulership of the so-called white man, Esau Edom, he's not going to have a perpetual rulership. These heathens are imagining the vain thing. Because this guy, he's looking towards 2100. He's looking towards 2030, 2050, thinking that he's going to make it into that time and continue and try to continue with this NWO, not knowing that Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai will surely upset you guys, man. Because at the end of the day, the Lord, he's finna get ready to disappoint the plans and the workings of the wicked. That's why Esau is shaking in his boots right now, man. The prophets out there on the highways and byways telling you that this kingdom is going down. And these devils can't do nothing but to fulfill prophecy. Even when these devils don't try to fulfill prophecy, they still do it, man. You're trying to stop prophecy and end up fulfilling prophecy, man. That's even prophecy. Esau trying to stop Yahweh Shai from coming, man. Esau trying to stop this word from coming out. Esau actually trying to stop the movement of the nation of Israel for rising, man. But at the end of the day, all those things is going to be to our benefit, man. So let's go ahead and get this real quick into Job 14. And I'm going to start at verse 5. Just going back on that time with the Doomsday Clock. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Right there. So the Lord have already set up a day for Esau to rule. And it's already set up for the day for Esau to be taken out. And that's, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's written out in Revelation, the 9th chapter. There's a time and a day and a second and a minute when the Lord is going to kill a third part of men. And the way he's going to do it is through ICBM nuclear missiles, man. The way the Lord is going to get rid of this society, the way that all these elements are going to melt with fervent heat, the way the Lord is going to ride this place with a clean slate, for the lack of better words, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is finna get ready to send those missiles upon the West. And who deserve destruction more than America? The people who have caused destruction throughout the whole planet Earth, man. This beast system, Because America, even though they're the muscle of the beast system, for the lack of better words, these other European countries are going to get hit too, man. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of this article real quick. This is an article from USA Today. It says, scientists to deliver a warning about nuclear war with the Doomsday Clock 2024 announcement. And that's not no coincidence, man. Isaiah, when the Lord said he have created the smith, the maker, the blow the coals in the fire, and basically Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai have made a weapon of destruction. And that weapon of destruction is in the form of those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. You know? Let's go ahead and read a little bit of this, man. It says, it's almost that time again. Time for the annual update of the Doomsday Clock. The symbol of how close the world is to civilization ending catastrophe, you know? Catastrophe, Salakia. Catastrophe. You know, because at the end of the day, it's not the end of civilization as a whole. No, it's the end of the civilization of evil. That's why, going back to that Job, his days are determined. You're on a time clock, man. It ain't like the Lord gonna give you overtime. No. You ain't got no PTO left, Esau. Let's continue on. It says, first set in 1947, the Doomsday Clock warns humanity about how close or far we are to destroying our world with our own dangerous technologies. It's a metaphor, a reminder of the perils we must address if we are to survive on the planet. According to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, which sets its symbolic time each January, and even though that claims to be at the beginning of the year, but hey, like the scriptures was written, hey, the beginning was already prophesied. The end was already prophesied at the beginning, man. Because hey, for the lack of better words, hey, for lack of better words, this society will not continue as it is now, man. It's gonna get to a point when everybody is gonna have a high sense of desperation. You know, people are gonna be desperate for food. People are gonna be desperate for hope. Desperate for protection. Because if you don't have your Yahweh Shem Shai, you're going to be in their perplexed spirit. You know? Let's go ahead and read a little bit more of this article. It says, in recent years, the clock setting have mostly reflected the risk of nuclear war and the dangers of uncontrolled climate change. This year, the clock will be updated on Tuesday, January the 23rd at 10 a.m. And that's like 10, not 10 days, but like 8 or 9 days from now. You know? Continuing on though. It says in Washington, D.C., the last announcement in January 2023 came before the beginning of the Israel-Hamas war, but amid nuclear tension surrounding Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And again, let's everything die down. We already know that 1,000 years a day to the Lord. Patience possess your souls. Because hey, even though things might not happen all of a sudden at a click of at a snap of a finger, things are still working in the background, man. Let's go ahead and read a little bit more of this. It says, what is the Doomsday Clock? The clock has been maintained by the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists since 1947. The group founded in 1945 by the University of Chicago scientists who helped develop the first nuclear weapons in the Manhattan Project. So the same guys who created the missiles, the same Temanites, the Lord has set them up to do a similar job when the end is going to come, you know, through the Spirit. Let's continue on. The scientists have created the clock in 1947 using the imaginary of apocalypse midnight and the contemporary item of nuclear explosion countdown to zero to convey threats to humanity and the earth. And ultimately, that's how you know that these guys are also interested in war. So like I can put this safety belt on. Salakia. Let's continue on though. It says the scientists created. I read this. Salakia. Let's go to this one. It's one part that I want to touch on, because as you can see, in 1953, it was 2 minutes. 1991, 17 after the Cold War. 2019, 2 minutes. 2020, 100 seconds. 2023, 90 seconds. So imagine how it's going to be in the last 3 years. It has been getting closer and closer to midnight. So imagine what's going to be this year. Probably 60 seconds, man. You know, but let's go ahead and continue on. This the point I want to get right here, because it says what decides the time on the Doomsday Clock. It says the Doomsday Clock is set each year by the 22 members of the Bulletin Science and Security Board. Continuing on, it says in consultation with the board of sponsors, which includes 11 Nobel literates. Now that number 11 is spiritual, because that number 11 actually represents destruction. And why these people subconsciously, these people are actually prophesying the destruction of this beast system, man. This is not no coincidence. No, this is the spirit of the Lord making these devils who hate Yahweh Shema Shai prophesy their own end. You know? Let's see if it's a little bit more on here. Let's jump up right here. It says each year, experts from the bulletin decide whether the events of the previous year push humanity closer to or further from destruction. And 2023 has been a wicked ass year. So of course they have been pushed closer to destruction, man. You know, it says the clock conveys how close we are to destroying our civilization with our dangerous technologies, according to the group. It says, where is the clock set at now? The clock is set at 90 seconds. The closest the clock has been to midnight in its history. Midnight is this moment that symbolizes doomsday. And 12 o'clock can represent the high noon, and it also can represent the destruction. Because while the destruction is coming, Yahweh Shai, he's going to be returning, man. Now, we just read this is getting closer and closer into that day, you know. It says AI could affect the timing of the clock this year. U.S. Today asked Rachel Bronson, president and CEO of the Atomic Scientists, about the factors that will affect the clock's timing this year: climate change and nuclear risk. And that climate change, for the lack of better words, that's the fucking HART program. Do not be ignorant of Satan devices. And even though the Lord gave Satan that device, hey, guess what? The glory still go to the Lord, man. Because the Lord is actually making this thing happen. And when it rained, and Esau made the HART program to make it rain, it was the Lord will to rain, man. You know? Let's go ahead and continue on, though. It says, could continue to play very large factors in setting the Doomsday Clock, she said, as the effects of the climate crisis become more felt and the threats of nuclear escalation in Ukraine and nuclear arm racing globally continue to loom large. They're showing you that these people know that the World War III is going to end off with missiles. Let's end off right here in Isaiah 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So guess what, man? This current society and this current system is going to actually go off in a bang. And how that bang is going to be brought towards is going to be brought through the nuclear missiles, those ICBMs, who the Lord put the spirit on Esau to create. So yeah, I just pray this video was edifying. I want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, Shalom.